History of Angkor Wat. The ancient city of Angkor was once the capital of the Khmer Empire, the largest in all of Southeast Asia. It thrived between the 9th and 13th centuries, controlling much of the Indo-Chinese peninsula. At its peak, it was home to over 1 million people, making it one of the world's largest cities. But how did this magnificent city, which is now just a collection of jungle-covered ruins, come to be? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. The history of Angkor dates back to the early 9th century, when the Khmer people migrated to the area from the south. They were originally just a small tribe of people living in the jungles, but over time they grew in both power and influence. By the 10th century, they had established a small settlement near the present-day city of Siem Reap, but soon after they were conquered by the neighboring Champa kingdom. It wasn't until the mid-11th century that the Khmer were able to break free of their oppressors and establish a new capital city. They named it Angkor and began to rebuild their society. The city was situated on the banks of a large lake in the middle of the jungle. This made it easy to defend, but also allowed the Khmer to grow rice and other crops for their people. As the city grew, so did the power of the Khmer Empire. By the 12th century, Angkor was the capital of the largest empire in Southeast Asia. The city was home to over 1 million people and covered an area of over 1,000 square miles. It was also the religious and cultural center of the empire, housing over 100 giant temples. The most famous of these temples is Angkor Wat, which was built in the 12th century. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the largest religious monument in the world. However, the good times didn't last forever. In the 13th century, the Khmer began to lose power and influence. By the end of the century, Angkor had been sacked and the empire was on the decline. The reasons for this decline are many, including the loss of the monsoon rains, which made farming difficult, and the rise of rival kingdoms. Today, little remains of Angkor. Most of the temples have been destroyed, and the city is just a collection of overgrown ruins. However, the site is still very popular with tourists who come to see the remains of this once great city. So that's the history of Angkor, a once great city that was home to over 1 million people and covered an area of over 1,000 square miles. Today, only ruins remain. But these ruins are still very popular with tourists who come to see them. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to learn more about history. Thanks for watching. See you next time.